Okay, folks, we should be live now. Night baseball time. We got MLB this evening as we are down to only one series left for the Eastern Conference Finals. And so basketball's kind of done with, really, for the most part for us. So now it's just baseball for a little bit.
Yeah, just MLB, and I'm ready to crush it.
All right, guys, click the thumbs up button if you don't mind. We are here today to tell you about some of our favorite picks. Monthly and weekly memberships available through the website below. Subscribe to the station if you're new to it. So as far as pitching goes today, we got about 3 or 4 guys that we consider as part of our rotation of pitchers that we're going to consider today. One of the guys that we're looking at is Corbin Burns in a real good spot for the W today. We don't try to over-evaluate looking for the win, but it never hurts if you can potentially try to get that extra 4 points. Now, again, Jacob deGrom is amazing, but Burns is a lot less money in Pittsburgh, which is a fantastic pitcher's park against a Pirates team that scores about as few as runs as anybody in baseball. Another thing for Milwaukee, like they used a lot of bullpen yesterday. So, maybe he gets a little extra leash today or a little, maybe an extra inning or something like that.
Can't hurt. Again, last time he faced Pittsburgh, I believe he kind of got beat with a bunch of bloop singles and stuff. Don't expect that again here. And he's just too cheap. I mean, deGrom, yeah, raw points, take him over Burns, but he's 2K more. At 9,200 just seems like a steal. I think you plug him in and figure out the rest later.
He's low risk, too, because he's going to be a big chalk today, in my opinion.
Yep.
All right, next up. So let's talk about cash game play. The Cardinals in Colorado tonight are going to be very popular, chalky, however you want to refer to it. So they make a lot of sense. We're looking at Tyler O'Neill at 4K. Again, it's Coors Field. This guy's got big-time power, so he can go yard anywhere. You throw him out in Coors Field, that only escalates those chances. He's too cheap at 4K, coming off a big game. I'm all about the Cardinals fade in GPPs because there's other spots that we like. And Sensatel has actually been pretty good at home all year, which is odd for all of these Rockies pitchers, but he has been too. But when it comes to cash games, like you should be several deep on the St. Louis Cardinals.
You can't get enough St. Louis in cash games. O'Neill looks like one of the best pieces at 4K. Power upside, can steal a couple bases. Lock him in.
Next up, we're going to pivot over to some of the GPP guys that we're looking at, and I'll start out with today's cover boy, Jose Altuve. So the Astros have been ice cold, no doubt about it. This has probably been their last, 5 to 10 days. Have been the worst 5 to 10 days of their season. I'd have to imagine they have not been good, but you can't hold a good team down for too long, and they are a good offense. So check out Jose Altuve. This is less about Altuve and more about the Astros as a whole that are coming in with very low ownership, especially some of their more expensive players. Also, for a guy who doesn't walk much, which is Altuve, he's walked 6 times the past 3 games. That's a buying sign for me.
Big buying sign, big upside. He's not as expensive as he's been. Top piece of an Astro stack I like a lot in tournaments.
Amen, guys. And yeah, again, it's more about the stack than just Altuve. Next up, let's go back over to Coors Field, but let's talk about the flip side of it. So as far as the guys on Colorado, for my money, their best cash game play is almost always going to be Tapia because he's the most consistent and most replicable. He doesn't have as high of upside as like a Trevor Story or even a McMahon probably, but when it comes to cash games, he's a guy that I always look at. He's still very affordable at 4,300, and we've covered this one in detail. I can't explain it, but as you so aptly put it on the members only video, it's not your job to explain it. It's just your job to tell people what's up. And it's for a long time now, years. Wainwright has just been bad on the road compared to home. He's also been worse in night games compared to day games. Today, he is in Coors Field in a night game, and he's had some nice moments this season. This is a spot for him to struggle. So I kind of like the Rockies, Tapia in cash games, but a bunch of their guys maybe in a slightly contrarian GPP stack.
Yeah, agreed. Lots to like about the Rockies here as an under, especially in tournaments. Tapia is just that cog type we like in all formats. And yeah, no issues picking on Wainwright tonight in this spot.
Last up, we're going to go to my Milwaukee Brewers, but we're going to go to a hitter. And I heard him talking about it during the broadcast yesterday, but it kind of bypassed me how hot Jace Peterson had been. 8 for his past 16 with a ton of walks.
Yeah, he looks good right now, seeing the ball really well. He's a nice piece of this Milwaukee lineup that we like quite a bit. Got going yesterday. They've been good recently. They've had a couple good games in a row now. Peterson hit in the middle of this lineup. Not a big name. People aren't drawn to him, but he's cheap, fits the stack. He's seeing the ball well. What's not to like?
So this whole little Milwaukee run that they're on right now, I believe they've won 8 straight games, if my memory serves me correctly, goes back to last week when they got a nice come from behind victory. I know that's something you like to look for momentum in baseball, is when a team makes a nice come from behind victory late in the innings for them to kind of start rolling. Well, they've been rolling lately. I was really proud of them yesterday. Get down 7-0 in the first inning and to fire back and win that game 15-7. They should feel real good about themselves moving into today.
I'm with you 100%.
So that's it, guys. Wish you all the best of luck today, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.